Siyabingelela ubingelelo Babu Dokotela Baba wesizwe Babu Jabulile siseThekwini la sisebenzela khona sisemgaqweni kubiza ukuthi it's Albert Street number 30 Albert Street Ability Nedbank House Building 19th floor suite 1904 to 1905. We are using dark room studio number 1. Thank you very much.
Greetings and warm welcome to our viewers at home. It's a brand new day with our guest Babu Dokotela, our University of Life. We call him like that. Babu Dokotela, askwamukele Baba.
Greeting to everybody.
Thank you very much. Babu Dokotela, now let us talk about isipoki and the red meat.
Isipoki, they are so-called ghost.
Yeah. They also call it ghost.
Yeah, that's a called ghost. And then there are ghost hunters on TV, but they forget that they must use there's a show on TV, it says ghost hunters. Literally, they are hunting for ghosts using infrared cameras, all those things. Yeah, it's just stupid things. Especially in America and UK and France, they like those episode ghost hunters. There are people who comes to us says, Babu Dokotela, I want to be initiated in wealth emancipation, but I need to use I need to invoke a ghost that will help me in my business, to bring clients in my business. Some people, they've got serious business, but they cannot be there at all times.
Sure.
Then you need a spirit that will be invoked. But when we invoke the spirit, we call it isipoki or a ghost. When you invoke the spirit, you need a red meat to invoke it.
Sure.
Once the spirit has been invoked, you need to bath with the red meat. Once you finish to bath with the red meat, you have to discard the red meat according to the principles and directives of the Inyanga who is initiating to this. And thereafter, you have to put red meat in your business most of the time. For like 2 to 3 days and then discard it again.
Okay.
And then after like a month or so, and do that. But you must make sure that quite often there's always red meat there. If you notice that at work or your boss has some form of red meat there, you must know that your boss has visited Babu Dokotela because he's already acquiring red meat most of the time. Isipoki, say, Isipoki likes to eat red meat at all times. Most of the time when you've been initiated, you must get red meat for this kind of emancipation in terms of wealth initiative.
Okay, so what's in front of you has got nothing to do with the isipoki.
I'm eating well.
You're eating well there.
Yes.
No, thank you very much. I thought you were going to say it's current rice. No, Babu Dokotela, now let us come to the industry of umaskandi. People want to have hit songs of the year,
Yes.
How can we intervene as Izinyanga in helping these young artists who want to
push or to sell records
exactly,
or to be famous? Yeah, today, Babu Dokotela Baba says, Babu Jabulile, for your own information only, we don't appreciate life. You wake up with Kellogg's. Sometimes wake up to bacon and eggs. You're doing good, wake up with good breakfast in one of the restaurant, hotel or at home. But there are people who are like me. We wake up with rice that was cooked yesterday as supper. Now I'm eating rice and cabbage in front of camera. That is what happened in our society. There are people who live this life every day. They don't have breakfast, but you got breakfast, but you don't appreciate the breakfast. And then there are people who eat what has been cooked yesterday. Guess what? What I'm eating here, it may have some form of germs that are germinating in here because the food was only prepared yesterday. I ate it yesterday, but I'm forced because of poverty to eat same diet.
The same diet, exactly.
Yeah. Same diet. And there are people who are living that lifestyle. We as a community, we kindly forget about those people. We have to help each other to know that when you are eating your expensive breakfast, you must also remember that there are people who are eating cabbage and rice.
Oh yeah.
A week sometimes.
Yeah, for the
Yeah, a week.
Rice and cabbage is a stable diet for some people.
It's stable. This is what they can
diet.
afford.
Exactly.
And second, remember it is rice, not putu. Some people it is stiff pap.
Exactly.
And cabbage. We have to sympathize with those people and do something about them. If you know one of your neighbors may not have a breakfast, do something about it. Just give them some stupid grocery, small food parcel, once or twice, so that they can have some breakfast as well.
Sure.
Yeah, let's talk about umaskandi. Umaskandi, it is a number 1A in South Africa, especially in KZN and Johannesburg. And then the rest of the province are just following us. The reason why they're following us is because of their culture has been degraded by Western methodology. Let me repeat this so that you won't be confused. The reason why we don't have Maskandi in Swaziland is because of Western brainwash. So-called Amabinga in Swaziland, there is no such thing.
They don't have.
They have
religious people there.
Yes, and in the Eastern Cape, they used to have Ciskei and Transkei. In Ciskei, there's no such thing as Maskan. They're highly civilized. And same civilization, it also civilized their culture. They abandoned their culture, even the way they were singing, they've forgotten about that, and they replaced it with gospel. And that is why KZN and Johannesburg, we are only the one that we are leading with Umaskandi. We as Zinyanga, we must stop entertaining people about Umaskandi while Umaskandi they are poor. It is said the fact that musician and artist like DJ Tira lives in a stable house. And Umaskandi lives in a hostel, sharing bed with another man.
Imagine.
There are 4 in a room. There are sometimes 5 in a room. Or he lives alone, but he uses a communal bathroom. A communal bathroom is only for certain people, like people at hospitals or people in incarceration. And those people are designed to use a communal bathroom. And then the poverty within Umaskandi, which has to be challenged by using Umuti effectively, because each and every year, it's always got a new year. There is no year without a new year. And this is whereby Umaskandi is able to make money. If we as a Zinyanga, we can fail them this New Year's Eve to be the hittest song of the year, this is where they start to make money. The rest of the year, they're just making some petty coins, gathering some functions there and there, and then sometimes they get paid, sometimes not. Sometimes they're just given a platform or just to be seen. They said, no, come, we'll be giving a platform.
Calling him an upcoming artist.
Yes, I'm upcoming, but we're abusing them. Yeah, abusing them. Now, Umaskandi, they must look up what is a Nyanga with a different eye now and intention that is a Nyanga are also people that can give them something that will make them so powerful so that they can able to be there within the top 10. Not in just Ukoze FM and other radio stations which understand Umaskandi. And then we as a Nyanga, if we forget about them, these are our children. The fact is that our children and they're growing up, but we as a Nyanga, we're not taking care of them. Because of what? We already regard them as poor. As long as they're living in a hostel, we know that their bank account is not what we were looking at. Babu Dokotela says, Umaskandi, they must start now to seek help from Zinyanga. I did not say Umaskandi must come to me, Babu Dokotela, because I'm not the capital of Zinyanga. If you are seeking for help, you can go to any herbal practitioner who's
nearest to you,
is nearest to you, or someone who's professional in terms of elevating people from poverty, because you may not seek for banana in an apple tree. The tree is identified by its own fruits. When you go to that Inyanga, he must not be eating cabbage like Babu Dokotela, because I am the symbol of the one of the Nyangas who are poor. That is why I only afford to have a breakfast of cabbage and rice. Babu Dokotela, let me eat.
Yeah, just enjoy the meal, Babu Dokotela.
From yesterday.
Now, while you're enjoying the meal, I want you, Babu Dokotela, to talk about these people who carry Gucci bags and expensive sandals. Sometimes they worth more than 25,000 rand. Yet, they have nothing to show. They have no roof over their head.
Is it on camera?
Eh?
No, I'm talking to my cameraman. Is it on? Can you show you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, talk.
You know, these people, they don't even have driver's licenses. At some point, you once said, they have twisted minds. They don't think straight. Can you talk to these people again, Babu Dokotela?
I'm eating rice and cabbage with left hand. Do you know what happened now? I'm a left-hand person.
All right.
The study of cosmics says, I'm not saying it's true, it is study of cosmics says, people with left-hand hand, they live longer than any other one.
Why?
But ask God that, not me.
But I think maybe on the left, that's where the heart is, and there's power.
Oh, there's power.
And your power is where the heart is.
And then take note, left-handed people are very weak.
In terms of what?
No, they're very weak. Strength is weak.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very weak. They are very weak.
All right.
Yes, and then most of the time, even at home, they're lazy because they're very weak. They don't like to fight. Their driving skill is not good, like right hand. Because when you are learning to drive, always your instructor is a right hand person.
Exactly.
If you realize that your left hand is a mission, most of the time, left hand people are very weak. They are not people who fight a lot, but they live longer.
Oh yes.
Yes, and they live longer. Those are left-hand people. Let me talk to people about Gucci. Is it Gucci or Gucci?
They say Gucci.
It's Gucci.
Yeah.
From France or Italy?
I don't know why this brand comes. I think it's America. American
No.
brand.
It cannot be. It must be Europe. America has no brand.
Oh yes.
Yeah, they always steal people's things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they own nothing actually. Let's talk about Gucci.
Maybe Italy. Yeah.
Maybe Italy. Let's talk about Gucci, LV, all those exotic brands. Pure Cardin, all those. I'm not talking about Chinese products that are produced in China. If we're talking about quality, we're talking about genuine fabric. You wear a hat made out of Gucci, it is 11,000. A t-shirt, it is 6,000. A jacket, 30,000.
Exactly.
A belt and a pair of shoes or anything related to those high brands, and you find a person, he lives in a communal property, number one. He's sharing wherever he stays. That person does not even acquiring or having code 14 driver's license with Hazchem, PDP, or Heister. They've got nothing out of that. And you see this person, when you go to his house, there is no ceiling board, but he's wearing a ceiling board. The jacket is 30,000. The ceiling board is 10,000. If we put fake ceiling board, the one that are now common in plastic ones.
Those shiny ones.
Yes, they're very cheap. But your t-shirt is a ceiling board on its own.
He's more decent than his property.
And then you find the person that is wearing a ceiling board. You find the person his whole item that he wears is a 2-room house that he should have in at home. And you only find that in Johannesburg, in Cape Town, in Durban, those people are renting. They own nothing. All they've got is just an expensive garment, expensive gear. I'm not talking about cars. I'm talking about things that they wear, because cars could be their friends, but what you wear is not for your friends. And then I want people to come out from that, because we are being used. We are being used because our opponent, so-called Muslims, they don't do that. They are filthy rich. They do not do that. Jewish
They are
boys,
always simple.
yes, Jewish boys, you'll never see them doing that. And then comes to a simple white person will barely buy a t-shirt of 7,000 rand, knowing very well that the Polo Classic requires a service of 3,500. And now we must come up now with something genuine. Our mind has twisted so much in a realm that people have started to celebrate us for wearing something expensive, knowing very well there is no driving taking you home. And then if it's raining, you have to park your car somewhere because there is no driving. Your driving is all over in your body.
Sure.
What you drink, it what costs your mind. It twists your mind. You are not better than yourself. You can always challenge yourself. That what you are is what you made. And there's no way that I'm poor, I cannot do it. Yes, you can always do it because you're wearing a gold tooth. A gold tooth, it costs like a door frame. And you can't even close the door properly because the tooth is there. The money that you're supposed to use to fix the door at home, you stuck it in your mouth. You are not a clever person. We are not a clever person if you're like that. We age our Africans to start to think otherwise. We have to think like Africans. You have to start to think like Africans, live within our limit, but take care of things that are surrounding us. Things that are surrounding us. Babu Dokotela says, let me continue with my cabbage and rice from yesterday.
Delicious, eh?
At least this was cooked by my wife, not a girlfriend. There are men.
Girlfriends don't cook. You know, if it was brought by a girlfriend, there would be a box of something there.
There are men who are married who left their wife just for a girlfriend. But your girlfriend will never cook like this.
Girlfriend will prepare you.
This rice will have stones thereafter. I'll be picking up stones because girlfriend's got no time. Sometimes. Don't judge your wife for what she is. Just judge food, how nice it is. That's all.
That's it. Doctor, there is something called deep plastic changes on our white cells. Does imbiza that is in younger prepare do that? Deplasticizing the body?
When we are doing herbal medicine, firstly we have to be initiated or consulted by the correct person, because to be a nyanga, like to be a sangoma, is 1 to 2 years. Sure. If you've costed too long. But to be a nyanga, it's minimum of 5 years to 10 years. If you're going to be mentored properly, it takes you time. It takes you time because there are things that you have to be able to break down on your own. And there are things that you have to break down as a team, and there are things that you have to break down by your master. Because when you are giving you imbiza, also called herbal tonic, for men's libido, the ingredients are as follows. Uqonsi, badlangu, umlungu mabele, the roots of umlungu mabele.
Sure.
When you mix that combination, we have to boil it, right? We have to boil it, and you have to drink half a glass at night, and the stick will rise up. But the problem about that, the teeth will start to fall. The teeth will start to fall. But the penis will rise, the teeth will fall.
Now why the imbalance?
It's because of the white cells deficiency.
Okay.
Your body rejects what you are doing. You sometimes you need a herbal tonic that you're going to just be using the so-called imbiza to clean your blood. You cannot clean blood. We must stop telling people that we got imbiza that cleans blood. You cannot clean blood.
Okay, Babu Dokotela, well, I've heard that so many times.
Yes.
What is this that you do when we say we are cleaning our blood? Because I've heard that so many times, Babu Dokotela. Please help us on that one. As you're speaking, someone is going to buy tablets that are going to clean the blood.
Yes. We call it blood purification. According to WHO, there's no such thing as that.
Aibo.
Blood purification tablets. You cannot purify blood because blood, it has so many cells that are hosting. And when you purify that, you only have just a serum. They call it plasma. Then your blood is clean. It's only plasma that is left. There is no way that you can only preserve with plasma.
Okay.
And thereafter, we as herbal practitioners, we make imbiza, so-called, we're cleaning blood. Ingredients are as follows. Number 1, we put garlic, we put ginger, we put ilabatega, so-called African potato sometimes. Let's stop there. And then the dosage comes as 3 tablespoons in the morning, at night, twice a day, because during the daytime we're waking. And then it cleans your kidneys, it cleans this, it cleans everything. Even kidneys again cannot be cleaned. You're not allowed to clean your kidney.
You can only exercise.
We are not allowed to clean kidney because kidneys has electrolytes, has some salt. And then you cannot allow to clean your kidneys as well. Then What happened now? We notice when you do a blood test to that person, they call it full blood count, FBC. Thereafter, we notice the white cells are multiplying in numbers.
Right.
Since you started to use that combination, so-called cleaning blood, these white cells, they are replicating. And you'll be noticing your platelets. They'll rise from 450 to 1,500 after using that imbiza. And when you produce the layout of the blood result to that particular person, will be excited. Wow, my platelets has rise up from 450 to 1,500, which means we are dying. You are dying. Because your platelet, they're telling us that your bone marrow is decaying now. It's getting weak because of the toxic that you are taking. And the reason why we notice that your ESR is also rising. Yes, Babu Dokotela, you are really happy. Even my ESR is shooting up now. Because your ESR is showing us the rate of the ions that are getting wasted. It is getting too high. ESR of any human being should not exceed 30. It should not exceed 30. 0 to 30, ESR ends there. 0 to 30. I'm not telling you what is ESR. And thereafter, we notice that the white cells, when you do the slide, there are dysplastic changes. It shows that there's a toxicity in the body because of too much African potato or too much sulfur from garlic. And those things, they raise up the platelet, raise up the white blood cells, and thereafter, that is why we are saying people, before they do those things, they have to be consulted properly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Babu Dokotela. That was deep anyway. Even for someone who was taking notes, you have to pause and record again. Yeah. Babu Dokotela, let's now talk about our partner, MC Polobas, who wants to welcome our guest. Where can they find this man? What services does he offer?
MC Polobas, Siyaviva TV. Yeah, Siyaviva TV. If I'm wrong, but they know MC Polobas is the one that was responsible for the TV. Yeah, Siyaviva TV. Siyaviva TV, it's owned by MC Polobas. MC Polobas, you just go to Siyaviva TV, you'll find his numbers. Especially if you want to do video shooting, because I'm no longer taking new clients because of my personal understanding between me and them. I am referring them to one of our colleagues as well. And he himself, he can also refer you if his schedule is too busy. He can always refer you to Real TV One. Real TV One can also refer you to Wodi TV. We are so many. That is why I was urging people to start up their channel so that when we come to a position whereby we are clocking, we can always refer people to our other colleagues who are still got gap. Because now we are on the 7th month of the year, which means we got 4.5 months that is left, because December is always crazy. It's 15 days.
It's a season of madness.
Now, when you want to do a video shoot, Babu Dokotela says no more new clients, no more done. Even the one that we had, they were paying on prescription, but we firstly told them that we can buy a package of 1 year, because I knew that we are not going to tolerate those people who comes with petty cash, because they're taking chances more. It's like buying an airtime only when we're making a call. You must buy airtime just to keep it in your phone. Not if we are going to make a call, go buy airtime for phone that person. It's like that. And then it's costing us money to run this kind of business. It's costing us serious money. And now that is why we were urging clients to put up on serious prescription, full amount, 1 year premium, and the after, so that we can have enough fund to run the channel. Now it's more like channel is draining Babu Dokotela. Hence the channel must make money on its own. There is no business that does not make profit. But this channel came to a fall that is not make profit. It is eating out from my company. That is why I said I have to understand first what is causing that. It's because I'm putting too much people who are not investing in a channel. Let me eject them and remain with those calibers who already bought one year package, and thereafter it marvel to go with people who already invested in a channel. We got people, and then we gave them opportunities since from January till now. And not that we're just turning around. It's just we noticed that for past 6 months, these people are not taking the business very, very serious. No. It does not work like that. That is why we are referring them to MC Polobas, and MC Polobas has got his own company, and then you give them the disciplines, what is needed, what is acquired before you come to the channel in terms of payment. You pay first or pay after, and all those things. But MC Polobas will able to help those people, because Babu Dokotela is no longer willing, and it's not going to change. Only next year, or only those who's going to buy a package and will deal the, or those people who buy at times like one shoot. No, it's not going to help me. Babu Dokotela said, please go to MC Polobas, and then I'll try to also speak to Real TV1 and see whether he can also contain them, help them for shooting. If he says yes, I'll also push people to him, because I'm not jealous, I'm not greedy. I have to relay people to other colleagues of ours who does this kind of business. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Babu Dokotela. Everyone must be able to advertise and prosper in business.
Yes.
Now, about Dokotela, there's this issue of Oshima. When you lack or unpopular with women, unpopular with men, but yet izinyanga have got umkhanya kude zashima izingane Babu Dokotela. Umuthi khona. What can you say to these people? How can we help them?
This thing is embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
Yeah, very
One
embarrassing.
must first and foremost admit that it's real and is facing it. Then,
Yes.
yeah.
And number one, we have to understand that what is the meaning of the word Ugushima.
Yes.
Ugushima, it does not mean that you are not having a girlfriend or boyfriend. It means that whatever you're doing, you're supposed to get married.
Or that means you're dating without any direction.
Yes. What is the meaning of dating without anything that is producing? Because there is no way you can fall in love with a person for more than 90 days, 260 days, and that person is still studying you. Within first 6 months, that person must take a decision about you. The first 90 days, the person is said, no, we are part ways, because the gel is not mixing. 90 days is too much. We understood each other. And then 6 months is too much. And then if it does not gel well within 6 months, it won't happen. You cannot have a girlfriend for 14 years with a 7-year, 10-year-old child. It's still a girlfriend. No, that is called Ushima. And then, meaning that Izinyanga has to do their work to eliminate that. Because we do have imiti umkhanyaku. That alone, when you steam with that, it makes you more attractive to people. It attracts other people towards you. So that when you find someone who can love you and take you home, simply, this is what we want. Because this thing of having a relationship that is extended like a contract, 3 months, extended another 3 months, another 3 months, no, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Because you can ask your mother how many years they dated with your father. It is 3 to 6 months.
Sometimes they never even dated.
The
father was working in Johannesburg.
Yes,
the mother was
everything was arranged by the family.
Zululand.
Yes.
It was arranged, and until today, they are happily married.
And then we notice that these people now, they're educated. They've got education. They understand everything now. But the problem is they're not getting married. Someone will say, no, there's no jobs. But how come you're working if there's no job? And why don't you get married? Because now if you said, no, there's no job. But you're driving trucks. You are driving trucks, but you're still not married. What do you mean there's no job? You're a policeman. And you tell me that there's no money that you earn. So why are you carrying on working if there's money that you're earning? Because the money is not enough at all times. Even our government says there's no money. The money is always not enough, meaning that this thing is called Kushima. And then you girls, when you continue like this, just now you hit 35, and you'll be a young youth who is not married. Because youth, it's 0 to 34. 35 is an elder. You'll be joining us.
Senior citizen.
Senior citizen, you are not allowed to work. You cannot be employed. And you're still not married.
That is a bitter truth, Babu Dokotela.
Yeah, Babu Dokotela says, let me eat my rice.
Yeah, but that was a bitter truth, I must say it. It's true, but it's bitter. Yes. Now, let us come to this Isithwalo sewashi. How does it work? Where to find it? If there is any price attached to it, can you just check it through, Babu Dokotela?
This is not Aunt Caroline. Angilidli rice lokoko. Abafake ibuku.
What rice is that?
This one is testic. Test nice.
Oh, Chestic. No, I think Chestic must also pay the
Yeah, they have to. This is not rice lokoko.
we cannot advertise Chestic here.
Yeah. But we're eating now. You're so nice. Especially cabbage.
Eh?
With testic. Not okoko. Aunt Caroline. Aunt Sbongile. Aunt Julius. Yeah.
No, we're still going to talk about Isithwalo sewashi.
Yeah. Where's your wife, Babu? Is she back?
Yeah, long time.
No, you're lying to me. Okay, ready?
And action.
Isithwalo sewashi. Isithwalo, you people don't have to understand. People in Northwest, they think in KZN we are joking about so-called Isithwalo. They think we are joking about so-called Isithwalo, but people in Limpopo, believe you me, they take us very serious.
Sure.
They are, especially vendor people, they're taking us very, very serious. I've noticed that they're taking us very, very serious. There is a clock wall that we use. It's a clock wall. You bring your own clock wall, and then we remove a battery, and we put our things there.
In the place of the battery.
Yeah, we remove the battery, and there will be a vessel there, which means there will be a cap, and then we stash our moti there.
All right.
But we don't stash it here. We'll tell you that we're going to remove this, you're going to put this. But before you put this, we have to do this.
All right.
After 7 days, you take out this, and then you put it in your clock wall, and then hang it over there. They'll be always timeless. Because the clock wall will be not functioning.
There'll be no battery.
There'll be no battery.
All right.
Only moti. Yeah, only moti. But we are telling you which time to set. There are different times. So if you are doing this kind of business, you set it to this time. And it stands. Because you have to tell us at what time is your busy. Normally get busy.
Your rush hours.
You pick time. Normally what time? If you say, hey, Babu Dokotela, around 3 p.m. and then we set it to 3 p.m., it stands there. Around 3 p.m., no matter what it costs, people will still flock. Or morning time, we'll set it to morning hours.
Okay.
And it stands. That is why we don't need a battery, because we don't want it to move. It has to be stationed like that.
Oh, yeah?
But you pay for it. That will cost you 150,000. We don't do it for free. But it is not open to children. It is not for kids. Reason why, when we finish this, it will take you 2 days in Durban to do that. When you finish to do that, we have to go to the grave at night and bath with this Moriana or Moshonga or Siklare or Umut. We have to bath to invoke the powers of the spirit that you're going to function with. Take out this thing that's in the grave and stash it in this clock. And you cannot tolerate to give that to children. Because I don't want to meet someone who's still breathing, eating milk. We need someone who can take something serious. Only people in Venderland, they can do that. Okay. I've proven otherwise. They are so bold. Vendors are so bold. I don't know what makes them bold, but they are radically bold. No matter what it costs them, if they won't die, they will do it. They will always do it.
So there's no side effect on this?
This is camera.
No. I'm trying to follow up because you're talking about the vendor people.
They're very bold. They are very bold.
Boldness,
They are very bold.
Okay.
They are very bold. Yeah. Thank you very much, Babu Dokotela.
I can see there's a rice and cabbage there, and on the side There is something as well.
Yeah, there's something, don't worry.
One day we'll talk about those
Yeah,
things.
we'll talk about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Babu Dokotela. We've come to the end of our show. That was Babu Dokotela, our University of Life. I'm hoping that people have learned something. We thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.